And welcome back. Summer is a great time to explore new hobbies and get in touch with our inner artists. And adult and community enrichment classes at the Suncoast Technical College will help you do both. They have a full roster of summer courses. And joining us today is art instructor Julie Hansen. All right, Julie, we've tried different kinds of painting lessons, but we'd like to hear more about this class. Tell us about it.
Well, my specialty is painting in vivid color. And I've been teaching at ACE for, 20 years now, I think. And so what I brought in today was sort of a little bit of color to show my method. Some of these things, I paint the temperature of color. So for me, it's about warm colors represent light and cool colors represent shadow.
Okay. So what do you tell your beginners, though? Because I'm looking at this, and this doesn't look like a beginning painting.
Well, beginners, you have to start somewhere, and it's a good place to start looking at the right things, which is temperature, and not the wrong things.
Oh.
So this is, if color interests you, this is probably a really good approach.
Okay.
This kind of shows you my color palette. It's, I teach something, been teaching for a long time, try to get it to the simplest possible way of teaching so that people can absorb the learning. I teach with something called a double primary palette. It's 2 yellows, 2 reds, and 2 blues. And for the colorist, what that means is you pit a warm against a cool.
Okay, I see the difference.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you're not using a paintbrush. You're using actually a palette knife and another pencil, a color pencil.
Yes.
And how does this work?
Well, what I do with the, this is a pastel pencil, and what I like about it when I draw my subject in is that it is movable, it's erasable.
Oh.
And it adds a little bit of color instead of maybe what graphite or a pencil or charcoal would do, which would be to just darken it.
All right, and then the palette knife is pretty much your paintbrush?
Oh, yes. It's a wonderful tool. I've been using it for a long time, and now when I go back to the brush, it's frustrating to use a brush.
And when I look at what we're going to aim for, it's all the way over there by Stephanie, and that doesn't look like you used a palette knife. In fact, it looks like it's very vivid, and I like the way the colors blend together.
And very smooth. How do you get it so smooth with a knife?
Well, if you would like to try it, I have
I knew that was coming.
Well, Beth is the artist.
All right, so how do we go about this?
I have prepared a palette ready for you.
Okay.
And to use it, you use it a little bit like a butter knife.
Okay.
You grab your color, mix it in, and go for
what color?
Let's start with, here, and you can see kind of what we've done on the other one. We've put warm colors in that represent the light. There's our original subject. And then cool colors, blues for the darks. So let's start with your sky color, which would be a cool red with white, and go ahead and mix them up. More than that, grab a big chunk of it. Yep. Yep. And when you blend more like buttering rather than this.
Okay. Well, I know how to butter. So if I can't do anything else, I know how to butter my bread.
All right. Now add more white. You want to get the value a little bit lighter. More, even more.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
A little bit more white. Grab just a bit more.
And I got a little bit of yellow, just
Hey, what the heck?
just for variety.
More's better.
Oh, can't get this. Maybe I don't know how to butter.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Okay.
All right.
Is that good?
Now, the goal is to spread that in the sky area.
Like that?
Yeah, but it
Not really.
works a little bit more if you deposit the paint load and then spread.
Oh.
So you do use it as a brush once you get the paint on the medium.
And it's
Yes.
consistent.
Yes.
But I'm going over the lines. Does that matter?
Not so much. It matters a little bit if you have a difficult subject matter or if you've taken a great pains in, setting up your drawing. But this is kind of a simple subject and a simple drawing.
But Beth, is this harder
you do it.
using the palette knife than it is with a brush?
It's a little flexible. I think I have to learn the pressure.
The feel.
And because usually you know how hard and how to spread things with a paintbrush.
Yeah, but Beth spends a lot of time painting, so she's a good one to ask. Julie, I have a question. When you look at some of your finished product and you can actually see the globs of the paint,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's purposeful. I love it too. How do you do that with that palette knife?
Well, what you do is the first part of the drawing is putting up what I call sort of the primary tones, and you can see it in that little painting there with the purple and orange. That purple's representing shadow, and the yellows and oranges are representing light. That's spread real thin, just like just like this, spread thin. And then you go back in with like the blue sky color. You're adding that, and you add that in big chunks.
What a great skill to learn.
And it's fun. It's free. And yeah, there's some things that you always need to learn as an artist. You need drawing skills. You need to learn stuff. But the process is awesome.
But you teach all of that at your classes.
Pretty much.
And how relaxing is this?
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be relaxing.
It can be either.
Yeah.
And it's both.
Well, you forget everything else when you're doing it.
Well, do.
Well, to find out more about the classes at ACE Sarasota, you just want to go to their website, ace-sarasota.com, and get a list of all the classes and join one. Maybe you can paint like them. Next, McCurdy's comedy headliner is here, and he's a big name. We'll be right back.